watch me decorate the prettiest cake I've ever made whilst I tell you how to get started with a baking business. First of all, you need to find a name. For me, it was pretty easy because I've been called Pud all my life. I thought I'd incorporate into my name. It was actually my sister's choice. But you can go on ChatGPT or think of anything meaningful to you and incorporate it into a name, which is what I did. Next, you need to register your business with the local council, which is really easy, and then they will set a date for your food hygiene inspection where they come to your house and just overall look at your kitchen and decide what food hygiene rating you're going to get. It's actually not as daunting as you think. I was so scared for mine, but the lady was so lovely and I actually did up getting a 5-star food hygiene rating. So if you want any tips on how I did that and how I managed to get that, then let me know. But mostly it was just paperwork that got me those 5 stars. Then of course you need to do your training, and the minimum you need to start a baking business is level 2 food hygiene training. And it only costs about £20 online. That's how much mine costs, and it's really easy, to be fair. It's just a little course that you have to do, and I also opted to do the allergen course as well, just so I'm covered, and the allergen course is also free. I definitely recommend keeping a logbook of all your customers and also keeping a log of all your receipts, because you will need this when you do your tax return. You don't need to fill out a self-assessment tax return until you reach over 12,500 for your business, but it is just good to keep all your receipts too, so you get into that routine. I also really recommend creating a business bank account so you can keep all of your money in one place instead of receiving some in cash and then not knowing where to put it. You can just put it all in that business banking account. Then you also need to purchase starting up costs. So for example, boxes, boards, allergen labels, logo stickers, everything like that. And I would definitely recommend Vanilla Valley or the Cake Decorating Company. Those are ones I use quite often and still do to this day. And I think they're really good, and that's who I use to start up my business. Most of my orders come from Instagram and Facebook, so I definitely recommend starting up a business account with both of those because there are certain ways that you can earn money on them as well, so that's always good. I also definitely recommend putting lots of time and effort into your posts because I think a better page attracts more people, if you know what I mean. Obviously, of course, I advertise on TikTok as well, but I would just love to get into the Creator Fund. That's why I'm posting so many TikToks. And to reach the Creator Fund, you need 10,000 followers. So that is the journey that I'm on right now, because then I can start earning money from TikTok, which is just lush. So if you wouldn't mind giving me a like or even a comment or even saving my post, it really means a lot. Also, I would put together a price list of all what you sell, whether it's cakes, brownies, cookies, anything like that. I would put out a definite price list and then post that on your socials so people can see what you're charging, as people like to know what they're going into and how much they're likely to be paying. These are all the tips I have, and this is how I started my cake business, and it really didn't cost me that much to actually start it. I'd say maybe £100 to £150 it cost me, maybe even less, but I started getting orders really quickly, so I definitely made up for it. But if you would like a video on how I got my 5-star food hygiene rating, then please let me know, as I'd be happy to give tips and tricks on how I got it. And as I said, it's mostly paperwork that you have to focus on. Obviously you need a clean kitchen and everything to be working properly, but it is mostly paperwork. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching this video and watching me create this most beautiful cake I've ever made in my life. Thank you.